Your time on Azure Base begins in a sterile white dome. Around you are a dozen security monitors, all displaying the same timer in deep blue text. What it counts down to, you do not know. In fact, you know very little. After a moment's pause, you realize that though you recall your employment with Azure Horizons and your work on this observation base, little of the last day remains in your mind. Those concerns will have to wait. There are others with you just as confused and just as unarmed. You scrounge what you can from the security lockers and travel down the hallway, discovering the station greenhouse to be full of blue fruits and vegetables. Through the glass of the dome, you can see several figures walking across the moon's surface. No helmets or suits, yet blissfully unconcerned. You and your fellow crew search the adjacent medbay for supplies, finding stim packs and a revolver just as the greenhouse doors open, and a procession enters. 3 figures, each covered in blue paint, the central one oozing it from his rictus grin, invite you to the observatory to witness the new dawn. Your hand shakes, you try to fight through your panic and raise the gun, but some part of you hums at the promise of that blinding blue sunrise. That is but one night of MOONBASE Blues. I have run my players through versions of this game where there is no true antagonist, where survival is the goal and the moon-mad zombies provide opposition. I have run others, much like the one you just heard, where there is a clear antagonist, a former member of the Azure Base crew who now leads the moon-mad colonists and provides direct challenge to the player's goals. I have also used the optional start, where players slowly navigate the wreckage under the employ of Azure Base, with the goal of discovering classified research data. That, to me, is the beauty of MOONBASE Blues. It isn't so much an adventure as it is a toolkit, a framework around which the events of one night of play can be built. Roll tables for loot and NPC behavior, a simple map, a timer, and a small cast of complicated yet optional NPCs allow room for a warden and a group of players to, through play, discover a scenario unique to them. I have run MOONBASE Blues 4 times now, and each time has been unique to the group of players at the table. All of these approaches exemplify different versions of a Mothership game, and most importantly, they all emerged through play. Most of the nuances of my games of MOONBASE Blues were created in the moment, through player action, or through random rolls on included tables. It has familiar elements, a lonely moonbase full of zombies, the need to scavenge equipment, the ever-present threat of a timer. All of these are well-explored genre tropes. Its design leaves room for complications, nuances, modifications, and spur-of-the-moment changes to the narrative. In one scenario, the players may find the medbay stalked by meteor-mad colonists. In another, they may instead find classified documents alluding to psychosis progression under passcode lock and key. Most importantly for the new warden, MOONBASE Blues is approachable. You can read the thing before your first session, narrow down all of its important details to a few bullet points, and then be free to rely on its procedures and its roll tables during play. This is what makes pamphlet design so effective. It leaves room for details to be expanded or forgotten, for the finer points of the module to emerge through play. In that way, it approaches a form of play that's more akin to a folk tale shared around a campfire, where each telling differs as a legend grows. If MOONBASE Blues' fiction doesn't interest you, Ian Usom's designed plenty of other pamphlets: Dinoplex Cataclysm for those who enjoy Jurassic Park, Terminal Delays at Anna Renee's Folly for those who hate airport security, or Cryonambulism for those who want to delve into the horrors of cryosleep. This elegance of design is not something limited to Usom's work, mind you. Many Mothership pamphlets feature similar design ethos, so I encourage you to explore what options are out there and what terrors can be found among the stars.